Ranking horseplay. Little Tibor is pretty intelligent when it goes to the playing with the big boys. I mean, he was raised by gelding, who was just gelded before he came with us, and they developed a friendship. So Tibor knows what friendship is, and he was very polite with that one. They never hurt each other, but with Juicioso, it's a different story. This is Juicioso, a stallion of, I think he's now 8 years of age, getting mature. But Juicioso doesn't see Tibor as a real friend. And Tibor wants Juicioso to be a real friend. Juicioso is distracted, and people sometimes say, well, we buy a little Shetland pony for the company of a big horse. Wrong choice. They do not really are pure. They are pure in horse behavior, but they do not see each other like a horse. And now it's Rociero, because he saw the other ones play, and it excites Rociero. So you can see that emotions, they synchronize with their emotions. But back to Tibor and Juicioso. Tibor wants to play, and he wants to play careful, but he also has to say all the time to Juicioso, do not, let's say it the way it is, do not fuck with me. Do not try to attempt to have fun with me. I'm not a toy boy, I'm a pony. I'm a horse. And even though it sounds silly, and I'm sorry that I use a word that perhaps I should not use, that's the reality about these two characters. Tibor is a gelding, and for male, for stallions, you are a mare or a stallion, and when you are a gelding, then you have, well, somehow different behavior. But I also have to admit that Kabul, who was earlier with us, a white stallion, also saw Tibor as a toy boy. He also wanted to mount him and to mate him. And that's, for Tibor, pretty frustrating. So he's correcting Juicioso all the time when he feels, and horses talk in feelings. You can see them feel. Now he says, no. But he also wants to play. Tibor is also very playful, and he wants to be friends. He wants to play. The other interesting thing is that in horse nature, when stallions fight, it's not about how many muscles a horse has. It's about, that was a Tibor attack. It's about intelligence. You have to be physical intelligent. Your body has to work well. You have your feelings, your emotions. You have to have control over your emotions. If you get too angry, you will fight the enemy and you will lose your self-control. So that's pretty stupid to do. But you also have to be instinctual. As a species, as a horse, you have to behave. If a horse is losing, then the other horse has to stop fighting. In reality, when you see these fights in nature, they go so fast. Oh, Tibor is biting in the wood, showing his teeth to Juicios. You see, he wants to play, but he's also angry about the tension he feels, and he's really, you see, he's trying to play, and he's having fun, shaking his head, and making it hard for Juicioso. I mean, this is the favorite spot of Tibor, so that's because the wooden thing is there, so he can hide a little bit behind it. But is it honest to play? Yes, it is. They have to get used to each other. They can get used to each other, and they can also, there are many moments that they can also show their male wrestling games. They're wrestling games with their mouth, and it's funny though, in a way. This is a way of meeting. This is how horses meet when they meet for the first time. They smell each other's genitals. And I know it sounds terrible when you're a human, but that's what dogs also do. And this is getting to know each other. Well, all rituals. In the play, all rituals come by, all emotions come by, and that's what makes it very... This is anger. This was anger. That's what makes it very interesting to focus. And I think the anger is because Tibor feels, well, a little bit afraid. But I also have to say Tibor is not walking away for Juicioso. He's also staying. So he's also more or less asking for himself. He wants to get it over. Oh, and I have to say that Tibor is also very good in putting the stallion exactly where he wants him to be and say, "Don't come nearby." Okay, hope you like the movie.